this, man. I don't know what to do. Got a lot going on in my life. I got a teenage boy, teenage son. He's of age now. He wants to know about the birds and the bees. I don't know nothing about that, you know what I'm saying? Honestly, nothing. What am I gonna do?
They actually have some pretty good videos on YouTube about sex education.
Oh, well that I know about. About slapping the ham, you know what I'm saying? Pow, 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 pow. I thought he wanted to talk about, like, birds and eagles and pterodactyls.
I've learned everything I know from that same video. It's got everything except digital penetration and dry humping.
Oh, I can handle that.
It's great. I learned everything from it. It's very informative. I think your son will appreciate the knowledge he can procure from that visual stimuli. I wouldn't mind watching it. I'll watch it with you. I've got nothing to do.
What?
I'll make some popcorn.
What? Is it all black and white? Like, are the boobs in black and white? Like, when the dudes are getting it on, they pull down the thing, you know, and they see the butt and the booty? Like, didn't they all see in black and white back then? Well, the world didn't have any color. Black and white boobs sagging. You saw boobs back then, they were like sagging. No one had boobs back then either. It was like all girls with like huge asses and funny hats with short haircuts. And we all talk like this and they dance.
Put on the video.
Shut up.
I'll make... Ooh, look it, I can change my hair color. Dark, blonde. Dark, blonde, I'm silly, sorry. I've got the slap happy giggles.
Social Sex Attitudes in Adolescence. Copyright. I can't read Roman numerals, but it was a long-ass fucking time ago. Meanwhile, in middle white America, where no people of color exist.
Of Bob and Mary. For them, the future looks bright.
I take your picture. I take your picture.
Bob's mother and Mary's parents are...
Oh, honey, your dandruff is showing.
It's based on many things. Companionship,
Frankenstein, the early years.
and that mysterious intangible quality which we call love. And part of this love is their relationship to one another as man and woman. For Mary,
Is someone eating the microphone?
small child.
Where is the baby, Mommy? Why won't it come?
It's right here, dear.
Next to last night's meatloaf.
Get or cry, or even eat by itself.
Or ask stupid questions like you all day.
Big and strong enough to be born.
When it comes, Mommy, can I help to take care of it?
Yes, dear.
The idea of childbirth was made natural and normal for Mary. She was happy to know that she would have a new baby sister or brother.
No matter what the pronoun.
Bob's mother was a widow.
A widow bit of a drunk.
Determined that her son should have a proper knowledge of sex from the beginning. She answered all his questions,
Don't make the same mistakes I did, kid.
arranged situations, so that he became conscious of sex. When he was little, Bob and his mother were always together, and they had a wonderful time.
Good game, Mom. Tell me when dinner's ready. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Hey, we're not done singing yet, dude.
And when he was older still, she was pleased and proud that he seemed to fit in well with the boys. In fact, when he was about 10, he actually scoffed.
Hey guys, next time let's bring some chairs and not sit so close to each other.
Mary, too, had a normal childhood, with many friends of both.
Get off my swing or I'll cut ya.
But as the time for Mary's first menstrual period approached, her mother explained about the changes that would take place, instead of leaving her to pick up odd bits of startling.
This is a female penis.
Schoolmates. Mary's father and mother got along well. They had their occasional quarrels, but in general, home life was pleasant, natural, and secure.
Hi, Duchess.
Hi.
I can't believe I have a female penis.
At about 11, Mary went through a sort of reversal. She didn't talk much and spent hours alone, just daydreaming.
What's the matter with her?
Oh, she's just growing up, dear.
Well, hadn't you better have a talk with her?
Well, yes, dear, but I don't think this is the time. When she wants to ask questions, well, I'll try to be ready with the answers.
As soon as I'm done sewing your Spider-Man costume.
Mary's mother tried to discuss sex without embarrassment and to give Mary facts without prejudice or any suggestion of fear or shame.
By play acting with this creepy puppet behind her.
At about 12 and a half, Mary reached puberty. Around this time, she found that her friends wanted to talk
We
about
opened
sex.
the door, and there she was lying in bed.
Some of them got most of their information from
I don't get it.
colored jokes that they really didn't understand.
But you don't always have a baby when you're over turn. I read in a book that you don't have a baby.
Some of them learned about sex from books, but there were so many things that they didn't know.
I heard if you pee inside a boy's butthole, you'll get leprosy.
Deformed baby?
Does kissing have anything to do, about having babies?
Are you afraid of having a baby, Mary?
No, I'm not. Because after all, people have been having babies for thousands of years. And nowadays, doctors have so many ways of making it safe.
Mary, are you fooling around with your doctor again?
Of a healthy sex life held no fears. Sex was not something sinister to be whispered about, but it was a natural function which could contribute to the ultimate happiness of home and a family. About this time, Mary developed a sudden, strong friendship with Lucille Williams.
Captain of the girls' golf team.
With Lucille and with anybody. They had absolutely no secrets from each other. They were inseparable. To Mary's mother, it seemed unnatural, this continual intimacy, this concentration of affection on one not very unusual girl.
Oh, Lucille, wait a minute. Ethel. We forgot about Ethel. We're going to have to bring her.
Oh, we don't have to bring her. You know what she's like with boys and everything.
Mary, darling, you're keeping Lucille from her dinner.
Oh, I was just leaving Mrs. Gibbs.
Well, bye. I'll see you.
Jeez, Mom, it's 1953. Lighten up.
Mother forgets the devotion she had for her own girlfriend about 25 years ago.
Tried 35 years ago.
Next, there was a crush on Ethel Hampton, senior girls tennis champion. Mary seemed to have a real need to be stirred up about someone. It was a transition stage from the antagonism toward boys just before puberty to the next stage of falling in love with a boy.
It was the 1950s. There was literally nothing else to do.
Her next crush was on the captain of the school football team.
Oh, what a dreamboat. Sit down, I can't see the game, dummy.
She spent hours trying to make herself more attractive, imagining herself in all sorts of romantic situations.
Like being the whore at the next sock hop.
It might be a boy.
Hello? Oh, hello, Lucille.
Oh, Lucille is so 2 minutes ago.
He pretty nearly did today on the class LOWRANCE. Yeah. Oh, he is creamy. But
Yes, he is creamy, but is he more creamy than Tom Holland?
Bob was growing up, too.
And wearing stupid hats.
Organs and nocturnal emissions. He also knew about masturbation.
And was going for the world title.
Mental than physical. He knew that the healthiest life for him was to have plenty of exercise and fresh air. He liked football.
Don't touch me, Coach.
Was a hero who could do no
I said,
wrong.
don't touch me, Coach.
Bob
Don't
tried
touch
to be
me,
as
Coach.
much like
Touch your
him as
waist
he
like
could.
this if you're not interested. Well, okay, I tried.
His
Don't touch me,
interests were
Coach.
mainly masculine, and his success at sports made him sure of himself. He could take girls in his stride.
I think Coach really likes me.
Games. Until one day, when Bob was 16, it became apparent that his interest in girls was getting to be more than casual.
What he thought Netflix and chill really meant.
Hey, who's playing that horn? Well, that bottle of Jack's not gonna drink itself.
Mary and her gang were going through the hangout stage. They like to be in a crowd. When you're not sure how to act or what to say, you can hide your confusion in the general hubbub. A girl has to look as though she knew her way around, be more sophisticated than she really is.
I'm
It was all new and
sophisticated.
exciting, and Mary was proud of her success. She wanted the others to see how popular she was.
Hi, Mary. How about going to the dance with me Saturday night?
Well, I'll think about it.
Hey, wait a minute. What about me?
You didn't ask me.
Well, I was going to.
But you didn't, though. Jim got there first. Okay, Jim.
Good. See you around.
Later,
A
chump.
little popular, she learned about herself. And by going with a lot of boys, she found out what kind of boys she really liked most.
Boys who wear swim trunks past their belly
To
button.
help her develop sound judgment about boys, not to be influenced by superficial glamour or the opinions of others. Because her mother never seemed shocked, Mary talked freely with her.
And then I said,
By 16 and a half, Mary had settled down to go steady with one boy,
Pee Wee Herman.
her class at school. He wasn't her ideal, but she liked going steady because it meant that she was always sure of having a date, and she never felt left out and unpopular. Her parents thought George was a nice boy, and they were glad to know who Mary was out with at first. But after several months, her mother began to be afraid that the affair was becoming too serious. Actually, Mary and George were at the point of breaking up anyway.
aw, gee, I knew this coat was 2 sizes too big.
Bob's mother was having her troubles, too.
This was week 4 on Tuesday's crossword.
Pretty snazzy.
Just getting fixed up a little.
Why does this guy think he's just so damn cool?
Do I have to turn in a written report?
Smack him.
Bob, I don't mean to be nosy, but if it's Marion again, she just isn't the kind of girl I like to have you going out with.
Look, Mom, it's me that's going out with her, isn't it?
Smack him.
It's okay. Just because you're a bridge club and some of those other old dames run her down doesn't
We're
mean that...
not all dames,
Smack him.
I don't mean you. You know better than that.
and we don't run her down.
Okay, so you don't. But I pick the girls I take out, don't I?
Smack him.
I guess you do.
Good night, Mom.
Okay, Ma, remember, fresh coffee in the morning. And don't burn the bacon this time.
It seemed as though all the planning and guidance since he was a child had been a waste of time.
And he wonders why I killed his father in his sleep.
Bob was going with a fast crowd. And like most teenagers, he wanted to be one of the gang.
And spread hepatitis C.
Or farther than anyone else did.
Ah, who's driving?
In the meantime, Mary had a new steady.
Chris
He
Hemsworth.
had a good disposition, intelligence, reasonable good looks. He came closer to her ideal than George had. In fact, she thought this might be the real thing. Mary senses that her mother approves of Stan, and this encourages her to talk to her about him. But not long after, Stan's family moved away.
Remember, I told you I'm sterile. Don't bother tracking me down.
When a girl loses a steady, it takes a little while to get back in circulation. But if you want to meet boys, you go where boys are. Mary had a cheerful disposition. She was intelligent, healthy, and attractive, and she had no trouble making friends.
Hey!
Jack Arnold was one of the gang she had known for years. He suddenly became interested, and interesting.
You want to come over and see my ant farm?
It seemed for a while to be romance with a capital R.
And once again, Mary settles with a capital S.
Jack, please don't do that.
Don't act like an iceberg all your life. Look, we love each other, don't we?
Yes.
Why would you love an iceberg?
What?
Take me home.
Now Mary began to realize what her mother had meant all these years. Through her own experience, Mary was developing a sound ideal of what love should mean in her life.
All right then, just for that, I'm gonna drive your ass home backwards.
A change is coming over Bob, too.
Come on, Jeannie, time I was getting you home.
Oh, why? It's early.
Work, Jeannie, work. I've got exams coming up in the morning.
Plus, my mom says she's gonna make me Mickey Mouse pancakes if I wake up early.
Bob had been to plenty of wild parties. It wasn't so excitingly new anymore, and life was full of other interesting things. He had a career to think of. He began to stay at home more.
But he was still an obnoxious prick.
You're going to lose out with your girlfriend.
Don't worry.
I won't.
I'm gonna take a shot in the dark and say that this phone call isn't for you, you old bag.
He still took out girls, a different one every week. But his perspective had changed. The desperate rush to find out all about sex was over. In his case, too, early training was taking on new meaning through personal experience.
And his reputation riddled with premature ejaculation.
Mary had broken off with Jack, and by chance she turned up at the same party as Bob. When they met that first night, both had a pretty good idea of the kind of people they really liked.
And both were broken and alone.
It didn't seem much different from other dates at first, but after a few weeks, both knew that it was different.
Hey, baby, let me get that Hulu password.
Or an experiment. There was real affection and mutual respect.
Has anyone ever told you you look like a cross between Jon Favreau and a bag of horse crap?
Together heightened the enjoyment of everything they did. They tried to be together all the time. They had their quarrels, mostly over jealousy.
I ordered the soda with a lime. This is total bullcrap.
But each time they knew from the beginning they'd make up. They both had a good sense of humor. They both enjoyed doing the same thing.
Remember when you tried to hit the ball, but you couldn't because you suck? But it's okay. We can laugh at it together because we're two well-adjusted white people.
Because of similar family and educational background.
One day, I'm gonna buy you an icebox just like that one.
This time, it was for keeps. They were so sure that their love was deep and spiritual that at times a marriage ceremony seemed to be just a formality. Love seemed to be all that really mattered. But each of them knew deep down that they wanted their marriage vows to have real meaning.
And yet another Saturday night where Bob ices down his testicles.
You heard the man. Now go hit the showers, pretty boy.
Toward one another as man and woman that was built up step by step since childhood. And finally, long after reaching physical maturity, they became emotionally independent of family apron strings.
due to a heavy dosage of narcotics. I can't believe the little bastard finally left.
Do you believe their parents have done the best they
Sniff,
could
sniff.
to help Mary and
Wasn't I
Bob
pregnant at the
make
beginning
all
of
these
this?
adjustments?
I'm gonna make the rest of his life a living hell.
Typical
Dude,
of our
I'm
teenagers.
totally gonna bang Mary tonight.
Have they a sound background for marriage?
Hey, you better recycle those cans of Schlitz.
What? That didn't make any sense at all. Why would Mary date that guy and then marry him?
She was in love.
He looked like a cross between a mongoloid and a bag of doo-doo.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
What you talking about?
Let me tell you a little something about love.
No, don't do it.
Oh yeah, listen to this.
No.
It doesn't matter what you look like when you're in love. It doesn't matter what you look like when you're in love. Look at his face, look at his face, look at his face, look at his face. It doesn't matter what you look like when you're in love.
So you're saying you're in love with me? I knew it!
I didn't say that, please stay away. I didn't say that, please stay away.
That's hogwash.
I think you misunderstand me. I don't like you that way.
What do you mean you don't think of me that way? Look at me. I'm gorgeous.
I didn't say that. What's wrong with you? I couldn't love you 'cause you're cuckoo.
What happened to all of your sweetness? I'ma say that you have a penis.
Love is such a crazy thing. You can clearly see.
Big long 1-2, smelly wiener. Who's playing all these instruments?